Today, the nation revisits a national tragedy. Plus, we went down to Sedona to find out more about their wetlands. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Imani Payne. Thanks for tuning in. Our top story tonight, one man is left in the hospital after a robbery on the east side of Flagstaff.
At about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, a person was walking in the area of Mobile Haven when they saw another person walking in the area who appeared to have stab wounds to their neck and face area.
Sergeant Corey Runge of the Flagstaff Police Department gives us a little bit of insight on this incident.
Gidim did respond out and was involved in the initial investigation because one of the people that was contacted in the area has known gang affiliations in his history, although it's at this time, there's no evidence indicating that this was a gang-sponsored event or related event.
If you have any information that could help the investigation, please contact Flagstaff Police Department at 928-774-6111. Now this morning, bells rang out across Tucson in remembrance of a tragedy that took place on today's date in 2011. People across the state and the nation are united today by the memory of the shooting that made former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords a famed survivor. Giffords herself is taking the day not to relive that morning's misfortune, but to relish life's adventures by skydiving. Giffords stands out for her courage, and it's great to see her embracing that identity as a survivor, especially today. Just the same, that shooting that changed her life is a terrible tragedy that quite possibly could have been prevented. Reporter Sierra Ferguson is in the studio now after meeting with a mental health expert to tell us more. Sierra, what did you learn?
Well, Imani, to get a better understanding of how mental illness played a role in the actions of the shooter that day, I sat down with a professional who tells us how Jared Loughner's personal demons may have special significance to some of the students in our very own community. It's been 3 years to the day since Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords was shot in a mass shooting in Tucson, Arizona. Jared Loughner, the man who opened fire at a Safeway that day, killing 6 and wounding 12 people, may have been pushed over the edge by mental illness. We've invited Barbara Bartell, the president of the National Alliance for Mental Illness here in Northern Arizona, to shed some light on Loughner's condition and mental illness in our community. Welcome, Barbara.
Hi.
Now, first off, I would like to ask you about Jared Loughner, and if you could tell us a little bit about his case and what might have gone wrong there.
Well, to the best of my understanding, Jared Loughner's diagnosis was paranoid schizophrenia, and usually people with paranoid schizophrenia do not acknowledge that they have a mental illness and do not want help. And Jared Loughner was of the age of majority, so his parents could do nothing at this point if Jared did not want help. And the college that he went to kicked him out because his behavior became very erratic and dangerous and scary. And I think instead of kicking him out, it would have been better if they could have had some resources for students with disabilities and gotten him into some kind of counseling and evaluation and possibly placed him into a special program, but apparently they didn't have those resources available, so they just exited him from the college.
Absolutely, and we live in a college town here in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if you could tell us about how mental health issues are sort of affecting our community here in this town.
Well, I know a lot of students do drop out of college due to mental illness and due to the inaccessible, services that we have. And I think that a lot of students become ill at exactly the age that Jared Loughner did. The ages between 18 and 24 are typically when the onset of mental illness occurs. And it is very difficult for people to get help. There is not available help through the social service system through access because college students don't have access, and there's inadequate help at the counseling center at NAU.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can work towards building a better community of acceptance for people with mental illness. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you'd like more information about NAMI, then you can visit our website, naztoday.com.
Find out how you can enjoy Sedona's only wetland. Plus, the opening reception for an art exhibit at the Coconino Center for the Arts is this weekend. Stay tuned.
For over 20 years and with more than 65,000 success stories, Coconino Community College's commitment to the educational pipeline is vital to your future.
My name is Sheila Hollowhorn. I study mechanical engineering and train as a U.S. Air Force pilot and officer in the CCC to NAU program, which helps students like me transition from the community college to NAU. Upon completion, I'll be giving back by defending our country, and that's why I support CCC.
With your support, Coconino Community College will remain efficient, effective, and excellent.
Welcome back. Now, the city of Sedona is becoming a destination for another type of snowbird as the city works on developing wetlands. Kyle Benedict joins us now with more details on this new valley destination. Kyle, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Imani. Yeah, in the Verde Valley, there's very few areas of open water available to migrating waterfowl. The city of Sedona is developing a new opportunity for both birds and bird watchers, and you have a chance to go out now and enjoy this destination.
This area is unique because there aren't bodies of water in the Sedona Verde Valley area. This is our only lake or marshland or wetland that we have available to see these unique birds that come to winter here.
South of Sedona off of 89A, you'll find the Sedona Wetlands Preserve and one prime spot for bird watching.
Oh, here's the red-winged blackbirds if you want to take a look there.
Dina Greenwood, who manages Jay's Bird Barn in Sedona, knows a lot about bird watching, which is no surprise since she leads bird walks around the Sedona area, including the Sedona Wetlands Preserve.
Before the wetland opened, that was November of 2012, there was a team of volunteers that came out and planted approximately 200 cottonwoods and willow trees.
Rachel Murdoch of Parks and Recreation talks about what Sedona is doing not only to accommodate the new birds, but new two-legged visitors as well.
We're able to offer passive recreation. By that I mean we have a mile of trails that go around the perimeter that they can come and do birding or wildlife watching or just enjoy being outside. We've also added recreation amenities to make this more attractive to both birders and anyone just wanting something outside of the city limits to do. We've added picnic tables, we've added shade, which is going to be huge this summer. We have restrooms now, and we're looking for, in the future, possibly getting to add interpretive signage.
For NAZ Today, I'm Kyle Benedict.
The gallery room at Coconino Center for the Arts is covered in a fresh coat of paint tonight and is abuzz with anticipation for a new show that will open this weekend. NAZ Today spoke with the Deputy Director of Visual Arts and Marketing for the Flagstaff Cultural Partners, between coats of paint, of course, about what we can expect from this very special exhibition. Take a look.
We don't often get to stare at people. We don't get to look at them. We don't get to read their faces as long as we'd like to. And so paintings are a really great place for us to be able to look at somebody's emotions and to see the detail and to see their expression. This show is called Unstill Life, and it's a figurative painting exhibition. These pieces focus on people, and so where you have a still life, it's an object, which is also very beautiful. These pieces focus on characters and emotions and faces, and we're really excited to have both local Flagstaff artists as well as national artists in the show. I think that the show is really interesting because we have such a range of mediums in the painting world. Watercolors, we have acrylics, we have oils, and even some of our pieces even have Sharpies that were used to convey the image. Unstill Life is opening this Saturday on the 11th, January 11th. We have a reception from 6 to 8 p.m., which is open to the public. We hope everybody comes. And we also have gallery hours and are open with this exhibition until February 15th at the Coconino Center for the Arts. But we just want people to be able to come and experience the artwork.
Once again, Unstill Life will open this Saturday at Coconino Center for the Arts. The gallery will be open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, while it's free to the public, a $2 donation is encouraged. beautiful day outside today. Meteorologist Lee Bourne will have your forecast coming up.
I just got a house full of Suddenlink with an all-new home phone service that can actually do tricks, like send voicemail to email.
It's your mother. Call me.
Automatically, and pop caller ID onto my TV, giving new meaning to call screening. Plus, I got E911 to pinpoint our house and unlimited long distance to flatten our bill. Suddenly, the phone company seems cheesy because Suddenlink just reinvented home phone and made it look easy.
All right, it would be a lovely mid-January day if we didn't have these days just keep piling up on top of each other. Dry weather going into the third week of no precipitation around here. High temperatures across Flagstaff region in the low 50s out there today, running about 10 degrees above average. Overnight low last night right on average at 17 degrees. And our water year slowly but surely here ticking well below average as it's just been really dry around here due to the Pacific ridge of high pressure that's really not going anywhere, centered out here, and it has lessened in strength somewhat. It's going to let a couple storms make its way into the Pacific Northwest. This storm system, earlier indications were that it was maybe going to bring us a chance of some light precipitation here in Arizona tomorrow. That does not look like the case now as the storm system looks to just ride down through the spine of the Rockies and stay well north of Arizona. We will see some high cloud cover on the increase overnight tonight with the storm system, and a little bit cooler tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies as that moves through, and a couple more storm systems over the weekend ride through the Rockies and then into the center portion of the country. So the Rockies are going to get at least some snow, but it's going to remain dry around here. And once we get past the weekend, this Pacific high pressure expands again, and it'll be a very large blocking ridge, not letting in any type of storm energy into the western United States right through next week. Here's a current look at it. Here we are in northern Arizona. This is some of the high cloud cover I'm forecasting to move through overnight tonight. It'll start thickening up to make our way into the early morning hours, and then the storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest, which is behind the title screen here. That's the one that's going to move through the Rockies. Partly cloudy tomorrow and really going to have very little impact on us here. Just a few degrees cooler than where we were, and we'll continue with some cool temperatures into Friday before we're back to some pretty warm temperatures into next week and into the weekend. 17 degrees overnight tonight with the increasing clouds as we make our way overnight tonight. Tomorrow, 46 degrees, so a bit cooler than those low 50s that we had out there today. Partly cloudy skies, and I'm taking out any chances of precipitation out of the forecast. Here's a look at the numbers for our Thursday. 61 in Sedona, Prescott 56, 67 in Phoenix, Payson 54. It'll be partly cloudy for central and northern Arizona. Here's a look at the extended forecast. Cooler weather continues on Friday, kind of in the wake of this very weak storm system that's making its way through, then really kind of back to warm out there on Saturday. A little bit cooler with the storm system moving through the Rockies again on Sunday, and we'll start to see temperatures climb into next week. And for you down in Sedona, great looking numbers, but this dry weather, I must say, is getting a little tiresome, at least for me, and you know, we can really use the moisture around here.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to the nice weather this weekend. I'm not a big fan of snow, even though I know you love your snow, Lee.
Right on. Well, you're going to get your nice weather.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that update, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great evening.
Right now, you'll find rebates up to $10,000 on select Chevrolet models. Choose from a full line of vehicles, including the totally redesigned 2014 Silverado 1500. You can always count on our same relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.